Hey guys, welcome to Hobby Time Live. It is with Raul and Mia's over there doing some painting, and we're in the basement doing a live show. If you're here, we thank you for being here. If not, hopefully catch the replay. I'll probably do a snippet of the video later. But anyway, welcome to Hobby Time. This is where we do 1 hour a day, one day at a time. We do something in the hobby, whether it's painting, driving, which is coming up tomorrow, actually. Right, Mia? Yeah, so there was a poll that was put out on the community post, and we can take a look at that poll actually today, see what the winning condition is for Mia to pick the cars from. So we'll do that today as well. And then I was not really in the mood for hobby time today, to be quite fair. But Mia was like, "I need to do some work on art," and I was like, "You know what? I should stop being lazy." And that's one thing why we do hobby time 1 hour a day, one day at a time, because it helps us get up and do something in the hobby, whether you like it or not. So first of all, let's go check out the poll first and see what we got in terms of where the poll lands. Let me see if I can bring this up here. Sorry guys, bear with me. I'm gonna try and bring this up. Hopefully you guys are all doing well and everything is going well with you guys. Let us see. We are looking for the community posts. Posts, okay. Alright, so let me go back to this and see if I can bring up a post here. I was not prepared to do this, so I apologize. Let's just add a new screen and let us look at Alright, so here we are. We're looking at my channel. We're looking at the poll, and we have a winner in that 38% say you're going to choose from Carrera 124. Only 16% want you to look at Revo Slot 132nd cars. We had 11% that wanted you to do MR stock cars. And we had 36% that wanted you to choose from a box of cars. So it was close between the 124s. It was 38 versus 36. So 38 to 36%.
So we know the first and second then.
Yeah, so I guess we're going to go with what finished first, which is the 124. So there's a wall of 124 cars behind me up here.
Chunky.
And you get to pick from that wall, as it were.
Cool.
Cool?
Yeah.
So tomorrow we'll be doing that. Mia will pick from the wall, and then we will get down to what we'll get through your comparison, and we'll figure out what you like, what you don't like about the cars you picked.
How many am I picking?
3 cars from the wall.
Cool.
So that is what we plan to do. Hey, what's up, Fox on Walls, MB Auto Detail? Thank you for being here. Slightly mad. Gary Dunmore, how are you, Gary? Hope everything is good. Hey, MB Auto Detail, how are you guys? Everybody good? Thank you for being here. This is an impromptu live. Mia wants to come and do some hobby time, so here we are. So what do I want to do this hobby time? I am caught between studying some painting or building some models, because my paint station is very clean right now. And when you have something really clean, it's like, do I really want to get in and dirty this up? So, but I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to get to dirty up some painting. So I have the Spawn models that I have to paint for my World Leaders army. So I'll put it right here. And see these guys. I got 4 Spawn models that I have to paint for the World Leaders army. And I have to figure out what color scheme I want for these guys. So that's something that I've been thinking about. I was thinking because they're spawn, and I know I have a corn one right here, which is very well themed for the army that I'll be painting. But I also have, 3 other ones, and I wanted them to look a little bit different. You don't get to do a lot of this when you have a lot of models in an army because a lot of them follow a specific color palette. But with these models, I can go a little bit crazy, and I was thinking about doing the 4 Chaos Gods. So I know this one is dedicated to Corn, so we'll leave him aside. But then I gotta choose one for Nurgle. I think this one should be Nurgle. He's kind of mutated and bloated. So maybe Nurgle, which is green. So this guy's gonna be red predominantly. This guy's probably gonna be green. And then I have Tzeentch and I have Slaanesh. Slaanesh is pinks and purpley, so maybe this will be a Slaanesh demon. And maybe this one will be a Tzeentch demon. But yeah, that's all the choices I have to make today if I begin painting. But let's see what you guys think. Hey, Lucifer, how are you? Thank you for being here. Yeah. So anyway, so that's what I have a dilemma doing. But let's see. I don't know exactly what I'll be painting. Or I can build. And if I want to build, I can pull from my stack. I can either build a Bloodthirster. I could build this guy. Or I can build Skarbrand. They're both necessary for the next phase of my World Eater army. I could do this building. So I don't know what to do, guys. Maybe you guys can suggest. But we'll go from there. What is Mia up to anyway?
Huh?
What are you doing?
I am painting a character from an animated series on YouTube called Alien Stage.
Yeah.
Her name is Sua.
I see. Alright.
I'm just doing her skin tone right now.
Okay. The winged one. Okay. You guys want me to build the winged one? So no painting today. We'll build this on building. Is that what we're saying?
No painting?
No painting. Building. Part of hobby time.
Tomorrow. You paint with me.
You want to paint? You want me to paint?
You can do whatever you want.
That's not so much what your face is saying, but I just don't know what to paint these guys yet. That's the funny part. I guess I could do the corn one. Okay. Excellent, Mia. Slightly mad says excellent, Mia. So, do you guys want me to paint or to build? Just tell me in the chat. Help me out here. Let me know. Should I paint or should I build? Because Mia has not confirmed that yet.
Do what you want.
Do what I want.
Yeah.
This is a tough time today. Tough decisions today. Decisions, they say. I was on Magnetic Racing's live stream earlier. I hope you guys were there. I think Fox and Walls was there and stuff. It was cool to see all those beautifully painted figures from that they got. Whoever was doing that, like I forget his name. I'm so sorry. But he did a fabulous job with the painting. And now I'm all like concerned with when they send me their figures how I'm going to do with painting. It's so strange. But
they're sending you some?
Yeah, they might be.
Ooh.
Can you give me the orange clippers, Mia? There should be. There's the big orange one.
Oh, there we go.
Oh. Yeah, I just got. Thank you. Whoa. Paint. MBR the detail says paint. All right. Joe, that's right. Yeah, Joe. Joe. I forget his handle. It's not Joe Herrera's Joe. It's Joe
Really?
from England that did some painting. Yeah, Joe Herrera. Joe sends me his stuff to paint, which is sitting on the shelf there. So it's definitely not that Joe. I know that. I hope you guys are gonna join us tomorrow morning. There's a huge announcement at the Show Me Slot Cars, and Joe and I and friends will be on again tomorrow for Saturday morning tunes. Joe from Texas is not far from Booney. Oh, cool. Thanks for that, Fox and Walls. Joe was the man, definitely. Alright, so we're gonna paint. So I'm gonna pick one of these guys and just hammer it out. Let's see. So if I pick this guy, he's corn in nature, so we know we're gonna go red. Red and black probably. So let's see. I need some red paint. Should I contrast this guy or should I do it the hard way? I think I'm gonna contrast him. I'm not in the mood to do any blending today. So we'll contrast him. Okay, so we'll pick that guy. Let's get to work. Let's do some painting. So red and black. So we got some black. Need a transition. And so some black paint here. Get this keyboard out of the way. Alright. Black, grim black. Grim black. These are both grim blacks. Let's get some graveyard gray. Let's get some reds here. Slaughter red sounds cool. Burnish red. And blood red. And bright red. Okay. Got some reds here. Okay. Burnish red. Slaughter red. Bright red. Blood red. Transitioning across. We believe Joe Zelensky is the name. Oh, cool. Hey, Easy, what's up? We're just doing hobby time for an hour. Thought we'd throw on the camera and see what happens. So here we are. I have to paint this guy, character, whatever you call it. There you go. He's right in the little corner there. And I gotta make him look kind of cool. So this is Zenithal Prime model. And now we gotta apply some paint to him. Alright, let's get some water going. Alright. Let's see. I think I want to transition this facial character. Interesting. I think I'm going to put a magenta wash down first, just to get the crevices, just so I understand this model a little bit better. Whoa, sorry guys. Okay, start with magenta here. Let's get this into the crevices. So I got speed paint medium, just to blend this down. Go into here. What's wrong? Hey, it just got diluted. What are you guys working on hobby-wise? Maybe get any new cars? I got a couple new cars actually. 124s. I got the KFC Audi R8. Came in. Thank you to Warren from Lightech Slots for that. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. We'll have a brush here. All right. Let's see what we got. I want this pretty diluted because I'm just trying to get the magenta into crevices for now. Just trying to understand this model a bit. So just gonna get it watered down and into the crevices. Not really looking to do much here. Gotta understand the model first before I paint it. So this is what I do. I have a tentacle here. Might stay pinkish or some weird color. I don't know. I'll figure that out. Of course, my setup is awesome. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So that's the thing about Zenithal. It just gives us like the basic shades. So just by putting this on top, we kind of tint the model. But really what I'm trying to do here is just get a sense of where it's going to pool, get the crevices a little bit darker so that I understand how this model actually reacts in terms of light and dark. So just getting this on, not being very careful here, but that's fine. We have like this arm splitting up into several arms. That's going to be interesting. I feel a lot of agony in this model. I don't know. So that means I will have to have like scarring and soreness, which I have to represent in some way as well. So anyway. Cool. You're doing an unboxing later. That's cool. I guess it's a secret what you're unboxing, but I think it's gonna be cool. I did that collaboration with MP. That was kind of fun, going and shooting at his track. So it was hard to shoot at MP's track because of the lighting situation. At my track, as you guys know, I have a lot of light. I have a lot of like control with my lighting on my track. When it was MPs, is completely different. So it was a challenge for myself, to be quite honest. To shoot slow motion, I need a lot of light, and it was a little bit challenging at shooting there. But it's the first of many. Probably we're gonna be shooting together. So yeah, it was a test, and yeah, what do you guys think of it? Hopefully, I know a lot of you have commented. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's a beginning for us. All right, so black there, gray, red body, black towards the edges. Offset bushings and a rally cards, green and gold. Lucifer, that is not funny. We've been partying with Anders and Nico in Discord. I had to put this up. It's not funny though. Oh, maybe it is funny. I don't know. Leave the chat to decide. This mod. Oh. So that's interesting. Cool. Been partying with Anders and Nico on Discord friends. Nice. What are they up to in Discord? I told Joe whenever he goes on Discord, he never invites me. I feel very left out. Alright. Let's get some white on here. Anders and Nico. Anything else exciting with you guys? Anybody else getting any new cars? Are those metal? No. These are plastic. So they're not metal, they're just plastic models. Yeah, they look like this when they're put together. This is a raw plastic model right here. I put this together one of my other hobby times. The Stock Car crew had an afternoon party. Oh, nice! Happy birthday to Fox. Hopefully, you had some good stuff for your birthday. Should be a regular thing. Okay, cool. Nice. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a feel for this model. I haven't really started painting it yet. Just getting a sense of what's gonna happen, where it's gonna happen, and how it's gonna happen on this model. So anywhere that there is like, so first of all, we gotta look at lighting. So obviously lighting is coming top down. So I know that all these front faces, all these are gonna be heavy in the light. So we'll go back through and we'll dry brush with white to get to reestablish the highlights. We know that wherever these spikes are coming out, there's going to be a lot of like soreness and scarring happening on this model. So around here, we're going to keep like deep purples and magentas. And then the rest of the body, we know that the body is going to turn into a reddish tinge because we are playing with Khorne, and Khorne demons are mostly red in nature. So the skin color will be red. So I'm going to keep the skin red, but I'm going to get maroonish and maybe highlight a little bit and leave the red and soreness in here, maybe purplish in here. So just giving that sense that there is some infection happening as these spikes are coming out. And then the spikes themselves, I'm going to probably go with a bone and then black at the tips. So be bone in color and then black tips, so fading to black. Probably that. And then the face, this should be more like a black, so it's becoming a white bone with black edging as a face morphs into the Khorne symbol, because that's what's happening here. This is going to be interesting. Don't know what I'm going to do with that, but that's what I'm looking at. So yeah, that's basically what we're doing here. I think I might just drop off and go onto Discord since everyone's on Discord. Hope maybe that's probably the better thing to do here. Still do my hobby time, but go chill on Discord. Maybe. Let's see who's on Discord right now. Let's go check it out. Discord. Let's go Discord. Discord. Let's go check it out. Who's in Discord right now? I don't see anyone in Discord right now. I don't see anyone. So there's no point leaving here because there's no one on Discord. At least I don't see anyone on Discord. Okay, that's sorted that out. So we won't be leaving to go to Discord because there's nobody on there. Yeah, so the reason the paint is slowing is because I use a medium. So this is speed paint medium, which will make the paint really runny. But I'm doing that on purpose because this is not really a base coat of the actual colors I want to use. I just want to see how the paint's going to react here, and when it's pooling. So I'm paying attention to pooling. Like on the back here, it's pooling into all these recesses. So I'm just trying to figure out like what do I want to do. We can see a nice highlight up here in the spine here, so we know that's going to be extreme highlight there. Yeah, that's really what I'm looking at here, just trying to figure out where all the striations are going to happen on this model and where the highlights are and the midtones are. So that's what I'm doing. So first I got to establish a base. Oh, it was 6 hours ago. Okay. That's a long time ago, boys. All right, so we got this pink in there, so I'm gonna reestablish highlights now. I'm gonna do that through a dry brush. So I'm gonna get some moisture onto my brush here, but we use a pad. We use a little sponge pad here, so that we don't get too much wetness on our brush. So I have enough wetness to take some of this paint out and get it into the bristles. And now I have control, so I can see how much is coming off onto this brush, onto my hand, and we'll go in here and we'll reestablish highlights. So I'm going round in circles here, just trying to reestablish the highlights here. So white can be a little bit chalky, but we're just going to establish with white. Of course, the paint is not fully dry yet, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that because I'm not looking to do anything crazy here. Just get my highlights reestablished. So on the top, there's a lot more light. So I'm just going to establish that. And then as we go deeper into the model, there's not so much light. So we're just trying to see what's going to happen here. Airbrushing is intimidating. Why do you say that? I don't think airbrush is intimidating. I think it's just another tool and you just gotta learn how to use it. When I first started airbrushing, I found it like the actual thought of an airbrush was in like everyone said, oh, it's gonna get stuck all the time. It's gonna be uh yeah. So this is like a makeup brush, but it's called a dry brush. So this is sold by Army Painter as a dry brush, and this is a big one. It's just so I can soften the edges. I could do that with an airbrush too, but then I wouldn't get the recesses to be deep as I want. And I'm really looking just to pick out the top parts of this, just the highlights of this whole model right now. So airbrushing would not do that. It would give me the blend I require, but it would not give me the highlights to understand. Because right now I'm just trying to understand what is light, what is dark in this model. And the light source is coming like at this angle. So projecting light like this against the model. So I'm just trying to figure out where the light would hit. Right. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I've got an water clip, but I haven't spent any time. So the first thing I did, Bill, when I first got my airbrush, was I took it apart several times. So that's what I recommend to you. Iwata Eclipse is a very easy brush to take apart, but you got to get comfortable with it. So what I did was just to get comfortable with the thought of an airbrush, is I took it apart several times without actually using it. Um, yeah, and I think that really like gave me the confidence to like, okay, I understand this tool. I know how it operates. I know what the pieces in it. I know I can take it apart and put it back together. I think that was a big intimidation factor for me in the beginning when I had my first airbrush. Was I don't know what to do with this thing, and I don't understand how it works. So by taking it apart and putting it back together several times, I got the feeling of what's going to take me to pull it apart, and what it takes me to get it back together again. I think that's a great place to start. You also understand how to handle the needle. That's also a great thing. Actually, I have a CS here as well. Maybe I can, if you want, I can take it apart for you right here and show you what it looks like. I need to get the detail down. I always overspray. So when you say overspraying, are you getting spidering, or just you're not controlling where the paint is landing? Yeah. So just let me know what you mean by overspray there. Trigger control. Okay. The best thing I can say for trigger control was, well, first is getting a mixture of paint. So I hope you're thinning down all your paint, because even if a paint says like these speed paints are very thin and they can go through an airbrush, but I still thin them down. So I always use airflow or airbrush thinner here. I always use airbrush thinner, if no matter how thin the paint is. I always use it just to control the paint. So yeah, you use the reducer. You get your paint to skim. I like the skim milk consistency. So I always use these little mixing pots here, like these little mixing trays like this. And make sure I mix my paint in one of these. Or I have plastic ones too, so that when I mix the paint here and then I draw it up the edges. So I'll draw it up the edge and then see what the consistency is coming down the edge of this little pot here. Because I don't mix my paint in the cup of an airbrush. Like I will never. I sometimes do when it's like when you're just doing a quick touch up and I know the control of the paint. But normally I always mix paint in this, and then I wait for consistency of skim milk. So I'll draw the paint up the side and I'll watch how it beads down. and it should leave a little, like, should leave a ghost mark like skim milk. So once I have that, then I know that it's ready for the airbrush. And then I hope you have a regulator on your airbrush. Do you have a regulator on your airbrush, Bill? So I bought one of these quick releases here. So this has a quick release here, right? Now some airbrushes, like this one is an Iwata. Sorry, this one is a Grex. So this is a Grex airbrush, and Grex has this control lever here, which allows you to push the needle in further or pull it out further, so you can control how much paint is coming through. Now, not all airbrushes have this controller, but this very cheap attachment from Amazon, which is a quick release for your airbrush. This quick release has a regulator right here. So I can control how much flow is coming, how much of the air pressure is coming through the pipe here. So I have my airbrush set at, I think it's 28 psi, so it's pushing air 28 psi through, and then I use this regulator to control how much of the air is coming through the line into my airbrush. So that way I can control. So fine details, if I'm doing a lot of like very big work, it'll be a lot of air coming through, so I can spray wider. But when I'm going detail, I'm going very fine on the pressure, and I'm getting just enough so I can rock back the trigger and get just as much paint as I want. So that's the control on the airbrush. It's right here. It's pressed down, air is coming out, pull back slightly on the trigger, pull back more on the trigger. This controller here allows me to control. So if I turn it all the way down like this, right? So now it's fully tight. If I pull back, you see I cannot pull back on my trigger. But if I open it up, it allows me to pull back to a certain level on my trigger. So it allows me to control how much paint will come through and get pushed out. So this is the control on this airbrush. But not all airbrushes have this control. I don't think Iwata has it, so it's good to get one of these. Yeah. So yeah, that's just, some of the stuff. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, I think airbrushing is a lot of fun once you get a hang of it. It's just a matter of getting the hang of it. Like, no need to thank me, Bill. Like, we're all learning from each other here, I hope. So yeah, I appreciate all of you guys. Like, this community is really cool. We share a lot of knowledge with each other. I think that's awesome. It's not always like that everywhere, I'll be very honest. Wargaming is very competitive. Not a lot of people talk to each other that much. So it's a lot. I think the Slotcog community really does come together a lot, and I think that's really cool. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'll probably use the airbrush just because we've been talking about it. But I'm gonna use the airbrush, and I'm gonna put in purple hues into all this area with the airbrush, and we'll test control on that. How about that? Let's do that. Why not? Let me just get a little bit more white here. let's go. Let's get some purple in here. Let's use the airbrush too. So let me get a deep. That's what I want. Let's go here. I'm gonna use a murder scene here and get in some of the shade that I want. So start tinting all these areas in this murder scene because that's when there's no light. So we'll just start with this. I'm gonna drop a couple of drops in to this thing here. So I go with, yeah, let's put some theory to practice. So here, now lots of people use droppers here, and I do have droppers, but I'm lazy these days, and because I got so used to it, so I do about 30 to 70% mix. So 70% of the speed paint because it's very thin, and about 30% of this thinner here. So we got that in there. We'll mix it up. We'll pull it up the side. Let's see what we're looking at. Right. So we got the paint mixed here. You can see it's very runny. And if I pull it up the side, it's still sticking. See how it's sticking up the side here? It's not dropping down, and it's not very thin. I can pull it up. It's still very like it still coats the side. That's like skim milk, right? And that's what I'm looking for. Now I should go through the airbrush. So turn on my compressor here. So we'll tighten this down. Because I need a lot more control now because I'm working with a smaller model. So I'm going to bring this down a bit here. So I can feel the air pressure on my hand. Okay, so drop it in. And then I'm just going to draw, like I'm going to pull in a bead. And I have no paint coming through my airbrush. Look at that. So my airbrush hasn't been cleaned, so that is an issue. So we're going to take it apart here, see what the issues are here. Yeah, see that needle's completely stuck. So this airbrush needs a cleaning. So we will do that first. Of course. So we dump this. Malfunction. Okay. Let's just get this out. I gotta loosen this needle first. So, and this is the tricky part. There you go. So that's my needle. It's very dirty. You can see it there. So that's why it's not moving. The needle is completely crusted over. I'm just gonna give it a once. Like this airbrush wasn't clean from the last time I used it, so I can still get it up and running. It's just gonna take a few moments here, but just clean it up a little bit. Try not to drop your stuff on the ground, which I did. Anyway, there we go. So let's just pull this apart here. All right. So this is what a Grex airbrush looks when it's pulled apart. So we have the needle here. We have this needs to be opened up. So my Grex is this. Oh, here's my CS. Here's my Eclipse. This is the water Eclipse you were probably talking about right there. That's my Eclipse. So let's open up this guy. Actually, this one. Full tear down and clean. Yeah, just quick tear down and clean. Not full. If I was doing a full one, it'd be upstairs by the sink. I would actually open this all up to be quite fair.
Something fall?
Yeah, give me 1 second, man.
Yeah. Do you want me to grab it?
Nope, it's fine. I got it. Okay, spring, this, that, and the other. We have a pretty big cleanup, and then I gotta pull this apart here. Alright, so those are all the pieces of this Grex airbrush. First things first, I need some cleaner. I use the Mr. Tool Cleaner here. Whoops, there you go. I'm not going to do a really thorough clean here. I'm just going to get this airbrush up and running. So we're going to use a little bit of I got to clean this needle part here. So that one I'm going to drop into a bath of airbrush cleaner. So I'm going to drop some of this in here. And I'm going to drop this in here. And that will start cleaning that tip. So right in there. And then I'm going to clean up the rest of this. So starting with the needle. Yeah, right now the needle is the most important part to clean, so I'm going to clean this up. See ya, Bill. Alright, that's good enough. Clean this out. Doing okay. I'll grab some of this. Let's clean all this up. Remember, this is not full cleanup. This is just me doing a quick clean. Sorry guys, just doing it on video. But what gun is this? This is a Grex. This is a Grex. What's the name of this one? It's a Grex. I don't remember what version it is. But I have a Grex. I have the Iwata CS here, which I think everyone starts with this brush here. This is the Iwata. And I also have like the Harda and Steenbeck. Uh-oh. Mia. A spring dropped on the floor. Uh-oh.
Nighttime.
Yeah.
How big?
It's a small spring. I knew this was gonna happen. Oh no. I can't put this brush together if it doesn't come. It dropped just around here somewhere. Okay. Now we have bigger problems. Okay. Let's put this away.
Hold on.
You wouldn't have gone that far. We'll be around here. You don't have a light?
Oh. Nope. Hold on.
That light's asleep.
I know. Let me get a flashlight from upstairs.
No, I got one here. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I will be back. I gotta get this spring. Of course, the spring is
Sure,
falling
fell here.
apart.
Like on this side.
I just gotta find it. I don't care where it's from. Hey, come on.
Oh, okay.
And that's why we don't do this. Check out this one.
Careful, your head.
Worst thing to lose.
Is it easy to get another one or
No. Can't get the other spring. I need to find the spring. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to find the spring, so I'm gonna end this live stream here. Sorry about this. I'll find my spring. I'll be back later. Thank you so much guys. See ya.